pretty sure this is take number 4. It's been a while. I'm a bit rusty. Hey man, welcome back. Super excited to be here. We are in a bit of a different location because you know life is lifing. We have a few visitors over, so I have you know removed myself from my office, and currently I'm in the dining room slash kitchen. Hence the different look. Hold on, let me just. All right, so quick recap. The first video we walked through the mall. So it's like the introduction video. No real technical stuff was broken down. It was just, yo, this is what we're doing. This is the mall. So we've been working with. A little bit of background. I did not get drawings from the architect or the engineer, so I kind of used the store map that you find on the different floors. But I found it on the website. I think it was one of the more original ones, the older ones, the first one. So I took that, I made some guesses here and there, and yeah, we are. That's how we got the model. And from there, we did texturing and lighting. So now we're in with actually giving the more character, adding assets to it. Making come alive. Every mall has things in it. Otherwise, it's just a big warehouse, empty. So quick theory. The fundamentals of 3D modeling essentially. In 3D modeling, we have three things. We have a face, we have edges, and we have vertices. So in this plane, I use this as an example. We have we have one face, 4 edges, and 4 vertices. Yeah, as you can see. Now, if we were to remove one vertice, it would delete 2 edges because the connection has been broken. You with me now? That's like, all right. So connection has been broken. But if we connect 2 vertices together, we create an edge. And if we connect 3 vertices together or 3 edges, connect that, we create one face. So face, vertice, edges. And obviously, yeah, okay. Hi, I got ahead of myself. We'll get to that later. Now, the reason I figured we'd start off with a quick lesson on faces, vertices, and edges is because these are responsible for how complex or how simple a model is, an asset is. So a wall could have face, 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 face. Don't worry, we'll do it together. Um, so the complexity of the faces, if we remove faces from an object, as you can see with these 3 beer cans, currently the Heineken has the most faces, hence why it's having no issues. The other two, I decimated the faces or I removed faces quite a bit to the point where the textures of the assets themselves have been damaged, essentially, with these black spots. These black areas could be either missing vertices, missing faces. But yeah, so you kind of have to find a sweet spot between getting to that point and still getting to that point and keeping your asset at a level where it still looks good. Doesn't look janky, doesn't look like you guys remember the PlayStation 2. In particular, Tekken 2, because that's what came to the top of my head. Was it Tekken 3? PlayStation 2 was Tekken 3, if I'm not wrong. Let's go further. PlayStation 1, Tekken. Everyone looked like a box. Lara Croft, we thought, yeah, graphics cannot get better than this. That stuff blew our mind. Looking back now, Oh, well, to be fair, we came from Super Mario on what was the thing called Golden China and whatnot. So we've come a long way. So all of that, they used quite a few quite not as many vertices as or faces as we do now. And that's why our things look way more complex. There's way more structure to it. Um, Clothing in 3D actually looks so much better. It was just a shape then. So keeping all that in mind, we're here. As you can see, if I start removing faces from the Heineken, if I start removing the faces from the Heineken, it'll start creating these black, dark artifacts because faces are being too many faces are being taken out. So you have to find a sweet spot, like I said. In addition to this, 3D modeling, if you don't get your textures and your lighting right, obviously there's an issue. But if you do get those right, but you get your scaling wrong, then again you can tell like, nah, this dude is he's way too big for where he's at. So I like to start when I start modeling and whatnot, I like to put myself into the model, right? So in this case, I've used the mannequin that we'll be using in some of the shops and scaled him to my height, 1.83 meters, whatever it is in feet. Yeah, so scale it to my height, and then all the assets around that, I scale it against what it would look like with me, if that makes sense. So the watch, I'll scale a watch down to make it fit like what it would with me. Earrings, the bigger the hoop, in this case, the hoops have to be big enough to look realistic and dope, but not too big where it's like, the bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoop. So yeah, this is what we're working with. Scale the hoops down, make it look proportionate to what it would look like on me or near me. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So one of the things when working with 3D modeling, obviously what we used was just a single plane, flat plane. But if you take this plane and add height to it, right? We then create a cube. In this cube, everything inside would be the volume, right? Now, when you're busy with game development and whatnot, the volume tends to be used as collisions, as the volume tends to be the guiding force for collisions. It's why your player or your character doesn't fall through the floor or walk through walls. But it's a lot of work. You have to sort out all the volumes and collisions for everything you put into your model. In this case, Grove Mall with all the assets have about, I think, 26 or 28,000, you know, moving parts. So now all of those, you have to make sure that these work together. The volume is on point, the collision's on point. If you have a look at the trolley, for example, the purple lines signify the collisions and where they stop and whatnot. So having the trolley selected, you can see that the collision of volume is off, right? So you have to now change that. And there you go. So you do that for everything. You run through the entire model. Laptop walls. Some of the walls still have these rogue collisions, as you can see with this particular wall. So the character would not have been able to reach the wall. But you take that, sort it out, and yeah, collision goes back to where it needs to be, and you can now walk towards the wall and all that. So you do this for everything, like every single thing, just to make sure that at on point character can walk through it. Character does not fall off things. If you don't create these collisions, for example, with the floor, your character will fall and he'll keep falling and he'll fall till you control alt delete. No one wants that. So yeah, man. So that's essentially what has been done with all of the assets in the Grove. You set them up to look like the Grove as well, obviously. So the shop layout then comes together after this point has been done. After this task has been done, you sort your layout out, and then you have character to it. After that, you start adding. Well, in this case, after that, I'll add logic because there's a shop that was vacant. It is, I think, it's between Mr. Price Sport and I do not know how to say the name of that shop. They sell the really expensive pots. Le Crochet. That it's a baby shop now, but it was vacant when I started. So I'm going to use that particular shop and show you guys what is possible when you start adding logic, telling the model what to do, what you want from it. So it'll start giving you answers as you walk through it. So yeah, that'll be the next one. So this comes out Wednesday. Friday we'll do the small shop render. Well, not really render. The small shop. What's the word? We'll do the small shop makeover, and then Monday we will do a use case scenario. So we'll walk through two different categories of using a model like this. So category one, entertainment. Category two, construction and property. Right? Yeah. So thank you guys for your patience. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. And yeah, peace.